Good morning, good afternoon, whatever the time at your end. And thank you for having me today. This is Mahmoud Mahran. Actually, I call myself very lucky because I have 20 years of experience around customers, only around customers. I have dealt with all customer segments, start from consumer mass customers, the consumer top niche, moving to enterprise. I have dealt with the SMEs, large national accounts, and even the multinationals. And currently I'm working behind the chatbot. And that's what prompted me today to speak about the future role of the LLMs on the customer experience and the conversation AI. In fact, I'm not a tech savvy or an IT engineer to talk into details on how this amazing technology was built. But as a digital care professional, I can tell you confidently if this technology was correctly adopted within the chatbot or the conversation AI, it will uplift the customer experience up to the skies. Because the amazing level of understanding, the amazing level of reasoning, the speed of replies and the accuracy of the replies, if it was, as I said, adopted correctly within your chatbot, it will make your chatbot or your voice bot as if it's working in utopia. In this slide, I will walk you through the journey of the customer service, how it started and how it evolved over time. At the early beginning, the big companies only were able to provide customer service over the phone, with the customer needs only to call the company mobile phone number, and he will find someone picks up the phone directly. At that age or at that time, it was convenient experience to the customers because it was easy to reach an agent. Till the number of customer increased or the base increased and the complexity of the products and services itself increased. And that prompted the companies to adopt new technologies, for instance, having a website or an IVR. And I will go into details into the IVR. At the early beginning of the IVR, it was very nice experience because it was easy to get an information from or to get your request done. In addition to it helped the companies to organize the waiting queues. In addition to it was very efficient solution at that time. Till the companies unfortunately started to misuse this solution by making it very complex, very long to reach an agent. And in some cases, it is like a maze. The customer has to go through it all to reach an agent. But what surprisingly happened, the customers started to be expert in handling this maze. So the customers now are aware and they are knowledgeable how to bypass this maze to reach an agent as well. Now we have what's called digital business, or the experience which is built on end-to-end digital experience. For instance, the ride-hailing, Uber, and such business models, the online shopping, where the customer gets all his needs or get all information digitally through an app or website or social media. In this model, as I said, the customer only gets what he needs through digital experience. And in case he needs extra support, it will be through a chatbot, which is built either on the website or the application. The chatbot experience at the early stage was a nice solution, as it was helping the customer to get the basic information or answer simple questions, till the customer queries start to be more complex and they have complaints and they need someone to handle these complaints. Then the companies started to invest in what's called cognitive solution or cognitive chatbots, where the customer free text his inquiry or his complaint and expecting the chatbot to reply back. But as everyone here knows what is the current experience, which is not up to the customer expectations at all because of the recognition level of the existing models, or it is not designed to handle such complex complaints. That's why in some cases the customer gets stuck in the chatbot, so he neither got what he wanted or transferred to the chatbot live agent. And here the company started to make the same mistakes again, which is deflecting or putting a target to deflect number of customers rather than putting a target of handling customer inquiries or handling customer requests. So we are here discussing again the same mistake of the IVR again. And these problems were till the 29th of November, because on the 30th of November, OpenAI released 3.5 ChatGPT version, which was perfect solution to handle all the recognition issues, handling or understanding the customer's long statements in a way that makes as if you're speaking to a human being. Not only that, generating a human-like replies is an amazing solution as well. So everyone around Conversation AI said, okay, that is the solution. We can now replace our existing chatbot with ChatGPT. ChatGPT or the LLMs not only can help the companies to build chatbots or the voice bots, it has other capabilities, amazing capabilities. For instance, speech analytics, where you can have sentiment analysis, intent classification, call summarization, etc. Not only that, you can analyze the customer experience verbatim or the customer surveys verbatim and automate some of the back office activities as well. Moving to the final and the most important slide, which says why I'm here today, the future role of the LLM or the LLMs on the Conversation AI and the customer experience. And I will start with the impact of the LLMs on the people or the workforce. Majority of people are talking nowadays that the LLMs will significantly decrease number of jobs but from my point of view, it is for specific jobs. For instance, call center agents and live chat agents, back office activities, etc. And what is positive here, I can say that, or confident to say that what is positive here, those guys can be redirected to more meaningful jobs, because it is not the best thing to keep making data entry or saying the same replies over and over again. On the other hand, everyone who's working around Conversation AI today, guys, you don't have to worry at all, because the majority of businesses will rush into having a chatbot. So the number of the conversation designer, the number of chatbot product owners, product managers, developers will increase significantly in the coming years, or once the companies started to adopt the LLMs or integrated with their chatbots. Moving to the impact on customers, and before going to how the experience will change, how to design the customer experience within the LLM, let me tell you first that the customer base will change, because we will be having new generations. For instance, the majority of your customer base will be either Generation Z and Generation Alpha, and those two generations are digitally native. So they will never accept, or they will never prefer to go to a call center. So starting from today, if you don't have a chatbot or you're not having it in your plan, so it is mandatory to consider having a chatbot. And not only that, you have to put in your plan how you will integrate it with an LLM. The second thing is your customers will never compare your chatbot with your competitors. No, they will keep comparing your chatbot against different LLMs. So if you didn't do that, your customers will never be happy and they might go somewhere else. So it is risky not to start from today. Customers will expect as well a sort of personalization, as they want to feel well known. They want the chatbot to greet them the way they like to be greeted. For instance, if you are French but living in UK, it is much better to be greeted like bonjour or bonsoir or something like that. And that the LLM is smart enough to get information on your profile and then determine who you are and then replies back with whatever suits you. If you're going to integrate your chatbot with an LLM, where it replies or generates replies, human-like replies, it is important to manage the customer expectations. At the end of the day, the customers have to be notified that this is a chatbot at the end of the day. Yes, it replies exactly like humans do and even better and faster, but at the end of the day, the customers have to know this is a chatbot where there is a probability of hallucination, and it happens today. Not only that, you need to tell the customer to avoid, or you need to tell the customer that there is always a human being behind the chatbot in case he needs it at any certain point of time. Another thing, companies should use LLMs in embedding sales journeys within the conversation design. And they should be more careful not to make these sales as pushy, because if the customer felt this offer really suits him, he will take it immediately, or this upgrade is the best option for him, he will do it immediately. But being pushy, this will make the customer at least take a different position towards your company. Finally, as we are human beings, we still need to talk to a human being. We still need to be heard by human. So availing live agent behind the chatbot, either you are integrating with with LLM or not, it is a must. It is not an option. And it does not mean that you are integrating with the with LLM, which can generate human-like replies. This says that you don't need any longer a human being. This will be a big mistake to do. So availing a human being is important, because in some cases, customers need to negotiate the payment term. And sometimes the customer says, I have a bill dispute and I need more clarification on that. And regardless, if you train your model to handle such requests, customers will never be satisfied, even if the LLM or your chatbot understood fully and give the 100% correct answers. This will be a big mistake. So again, live agent is a must. To conclude, the successful adoption of LLMs will eventually make your customers much happier, will make the experience much easier, and eventually it will make your operation much efficient and even profitable. Thank you all.